Member of Parliament, I was a primary school teacher, so I'm very fond of seeing the small children coming up and performing. And Eid, of course, is a very special time of renewal, of gratitude, of celebration. But of course, while we celebrate, we must also not forget the appalling scenes unfolding in Gaza and those we have been witnessing in Afghanistan since August 2021, as well as the other devastating conflicts around the world. In recent times, the plight of the Hazara community in Afghanistan has weighed heavily on all of our hearts. The Hazara people have long faced persecution and discrimination, and I know the safety and well-being of all those currently in Afghanistan is of the utmost importance to all, and of course all of the minorities in the country as well. In the face of the Taliban's rule, it is essential that we stand together to protect the rights and dignity of every person. And we must also recognise specifically the struggle of Hazara women and the urgent need for education amongst the women and children in Afghanistan, particularly in the face of the Taliban's oppressive regime. The Taliban's resurgence has cast a dark shadow over the prospect of education, particularly for girls, and has exacerbated the already precarious situation of the Hazara women, who are among the most vulnerable in the Afghan society. We have seen disturbing attacks on Hazara women and girls, and those responsible must be held accountable and brought to justice. Nobody should face persecution for seeking an education. Education is not only a fundamental human right, but also a powerful tool for empowerment and progress, and we must fight to preserve this. As well as the Hazara community, there are other minority communities in Afghanistan facing persecution, and we must recognise the struggle they have and continue to face. The UK must continue to press the Taliban to respect the human rights of all Afghans and to protect the Hazara community from terrorist attacks. The British government must work closely with international partners to ensure there are credible monitoring mechanisms in place and hold those responsible for human rights abuses to account. UK officials should also regularly engage with the Hazara representatives and those of other minority communities who can provide vital insights and advice on the situation in Afghanistan. All of you here today have faced the devastating impact of the events in Afghanistan over the past few years, but I want to affirm with you all today my commitment to supporting your community here in Hull and to the call for peace from members of the community living in Afghanistan. Peace cannot come without hope, and despite the challenges we may face, let us never lose hope. Eid is a time of hope and optimism, a time to reaffirm our commitment to peace and to justice. Together we can overcome adversity and work towards a world where tolerance, understanding and compassion prevail. As we celebrate Eid and the New Year today, let us recommit ourselves to standing in solidarity with the Hazara community and all those who are marginalised and oppressed. Let us strive to build a future where every individual is treated with respect and dignity, and where peace and prosperity flourish for all. So Eid Mubarak to you and to your loved ones. May this evening bring joy, blessing, dancing, hopefully, and renewed hope for a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for inviting me.